Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Jay, the Director of Customer Success here at Prevu3D. Thank you for joining us. We have an exciting session today as we introduce the next generation of RealityConnect for Revit, which will bring real-world conditions directly into your Revit workflow. I'm joined with David, our Senior Customer Success Manager. He will take us through a fast hands-on demo in just a few moments. I want to be clear about what we're going to cover today. We're going to be focusing on the RealityConnect Revit 25.11, a new release. And that is the section that takes data directly from the Reality platform side, whether it's RealityPlan or RealityTwin. And we'll kind of talk about those functions today and takes it directly into the application that you're using for your design of record. So 25.11 works with RealityPlan, and then we're also going to work with the upcoming release of RealityConnect for Revit 26.1, which will work directly from RealityTwin. In today's version, David will start with 25 or 26.1, and I'll finalize everything with where we are currently with 25.11. The upcoming release will take major steps forward. The new release of RealityConnect for Revit 26.1 will actually stream your data from RealityTwin, which means richer multi-mesh compositions, more control over your geometry quality, and a pipeline that scales effortlessly for large and complex environments. And you will see smooth performance, sharper fidelity, and a workflow that keeps up with today's Revit and the future direction of Revit and Autodesk technology. So in short, RealityConnect, those tools on the left-hand side of our ecosystem, are used today to remove the friction. The RealityConnect you are about to see will unlock a more complete and future-ready experience. So our first section today will be streaming mesh compositions, including multi-level scan layers, followed by loading and managing assets directly inside Revit, integrating CAD elements and real-world scan data, and performing accurate back modeling with efficient asset workflows. Before David begins the demo, let's review today's poll question. What challenges are you most interested in accelerating? Or which challenges are you most interested in solving? Streaming large and complex and combining CAD, loading assets, and improving the scan bin workflows. So we're basically covering the topics with the question itself. The poll question will be open the entire session, so feel free to enter your vote throughout the session, specifically if it changes. Thank you again. And David, let's take a look at streaming multiple mesh compositions in Revit.
Yep. Thanks, Jay. All right, so let's dive right into the live environment. So we're starting here. It's inside of RealityTwin's Reality Composer environment. This is our SJC Glycol dataset. So before anything goes into Revit, I want to show you how RealityConnect for Revit 26.1 organizes large industrial scans behind the scenes. So here in Reality Composer, you see that we have a 4-layer composed environment. This is our TLS dataset. This is the SLAM data. You have the drone LiDAR, and you have a satellite dataset. So as we zoom in, the system transitions from broad structure to fine details, and this is what keeps even the largest data sets light and responsive. So let's switch back to RealityTwin's workspace. You will also see that we have defined reality assets. So they're already defined here in the environment. These include equipment, mechanical systems, key zones that we identified during the capture. So we'll bring some of these into Revit in just a second. All right, so let's switch to Revit. So we're now in a clean Revit 2025 project. As you can see, I have the Prevu3D tab selected. All I need to do is connect. It's going to ask me to authenticate, which I will do. Hang on, let me just bring it back to Revit. Okay, so in here, there's this window here. Okay, there you are. So this window will pop up on top of your on your Revit project. So you see the organization, the division, and all the sites that are inside of it. So you can select to which site's reality twin you want to connect. So I'm selecting the San Jacinto College Glycol and clicking OK. So now that is complete, I can simply display the environment. And Revit will begin to stream the environment directly from, just get this, sorry. There you go. Okay, so it's streaming the environment directly from RealityTwin. So you can see the structure is exactly what we've defined inside of RealityTwin. If we zoom in, we have the same 4-layer composition that you were seeing earlier. You have the drone data, you have the LiDAR, you have the SLAM data set, and also the TLS data.
That's great. Hey, David, can you show us how we can change resolution?
And of course, being a live demo, I would love to do that, but it seems like this has
a mind of its own right now. Welcome
so
to Murphy's Law.
I think this might have something to do with the fact that we're sharing our screens, because this is using the internet connection to stream the data from RealityTwin to my instance of Revit.
Sure.
Hang on, let me try that again.
Okay. Well, what David is illustrating right now is standard workflow issues with bandwidth. But within Revit itself, we have the ability to change the resolution and change the refresh rate. A lot of what we're experiencing could be related to the computer itself or just the internet bandwidth. So while we wait for the computer to catch up, we can maybe take a look at the different mesh compositions within RealityTwin. Kind of want to highlight the overall mesh itself, or do we not have functionality in the web as a whole?
It's very difficult right now. I am hang on, let me try and reboot, just restart Revit actually. Okay.
Maybe while we wait, I can share my screen and we can go over another section. And we can capture section 4, which is the back modeling aspect.
Yep, sure.
To give you a little bit more time to prep. All right. So for those of you that have not seen this, what we're looking at right now is Reality.
Yeah, I'll try to fix this in the meantime.
This is our desktop application and kind of the bread and butter of layout design. So what we're looking at right now is the top-down view. We can adjust level of detail of that here. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom into the space, and then anything that's been classified as an asset will have a blue tint to it. As you select it, it will also highlight itself. And there's a lot of different ways of looking at at these, and anything in this environment can be generated as an asset. You can make the entire environment itself an asset, or you can make individual components an asset. And then as you look through the space, you can also teleport yourself to specific things and walk through the environment to kind of understand what you're looking at. So if I go out to the high level aerial view, as I select on each individual reality asset on the right-hand side, you'll see the structural columns, the walls, and some other aspects in here that have been generated for the example that we're about to show you. All right, so reality assets are the key here for the coordination review that we're going to do with Revit. So I generated a Revit model with a grid structure, and I've brought in the walls already, right? So this is kind of the pre-baked environment looking at a recipe. As you look through this space, you can see where the columns would be located. I've selected all the walls as a specific asset and brought it in to save time. No need to generate walls for this as-built. We're looking to get this in and out for coordination as quick as possible. So that being said, on the right-hand side or on the top here, you'll see the individual assets that we can do. We can sync and scan an entire environment. From this, you can bring in point clouds or meshes, and then everything is brought in via shared coordinate. For time, we're not going to do that. You can also clip a scan, which will export the clip scan to the RealityPlan application, and then you can also sync back your Revit model. What we're going to show today are the assets. So within RealityPlan itself, there is a simple button right here called RealityConnect, server settings, and it will ask you to either start or stop the connector. We already have that connection created, so we'll move on to loading assets. So by clicking on load assets, you have the ability to select any of the assets that have already been generated within that environment. We are going to look at 2 columns today, but before we get to those columns, let's find our overall model. Fit, and then the 2 columns will fit right in here in sections E3 and F3. So we'll go load assets. And then we'll select columns. Next. And then with this tool, you have the ability to select where you want to put them. You can put them in structural columns or any of the available Revit families that are here. And we will select import. And then it gives you the level of detail that you want to do, 1 to 10, 10 being the best. These are structural columns. So we're going to, for the sake of our demonstration, we're just going to dial them back to 8. It's going to load those assets, fetch those assets from RealityPlan, and drop them in right at the crosshairs of those 2 grid lines. Naturally, it's going to upgrade. And I'm going to think a little bit. There's the second one. One has been placed right here, and the second one should come in right there. And there you have it. 2 assets successfully loaded directly into the structural grid to fully understand where they're at and if it correlates with your structural grid and the overall as-built that you're doing. From this, you can then back model those structural grids or the structural columns themselves. You can simply come into the architectural aspect and add columns, structural or architectural, and then select the ones that you want. Naturally, Revit itself is spinning, so it may not be a viable solution today.
I think I'm ready to present what I was showing you earlier, Jay, if you want me to take over.
Close this out. while we stream back to David, simply just add your structural or architectural columns directly on top of that, and away you go. All right. So to multiple mesh compositions and RealityTwin.
So, all right, so I managed to bring it back to where we were. So as you can see, it's the same. I showed you earlier that we were in RealityTwin Composer. So we have the 4-layer environment. This is dynamically streaming from RealityTwin. So if I zoom in on one of the assets, here you'll see that the environment will upload and refresh and gets more and more detailed. So it's fetching more triangles from RealityTwin, and the level detail is adapting to the camera's point of view. So you have the large structure first, the mid layer, and then the full res as you move in closer. Even if in dense mechanical areas, your navigation stays smooth, and you can display exactly what you have on the Prevu3D site inside of Revit. So if you want to adjust the level of details, you can go into the settings and to the environment tab. So you see that you have a triangle budget target. So this is what allows you to change the level of details on the fly. So the higher number, the higher the quality. You can also change the budget target for frame time. In this case, the lower value improves responsiveness by reducing the detail. These values allow you to, again, change the level of details according to what you need and according to the performance of your machine or your internet connection, like we've seen before. At the bottom of this tab, you also you have the current statistics of the system. So it's showing you what's being displayed right now and what you have as a frame time. So based on that, you can select higher or lower values for the settings. The display mode can also be changed between colored and shaded. Colored brings you the most realistic representation. The shaded one is another way of representing the mesh, but you can see much greater details of the mesh in that mode. So that's again, that's for you to choose what you want to do and what better does the job at representing the geometry that you want. So do we have questions at this time? Jay, do you know?
So with the resolution change outside of streaming complications within our platform, there is a refresh rate that controls everything, and that is automatically streamed directly from the cloud, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So what you're
And on that note, I think
seeing is live stream.
There we go. Oh, we lost David. So with the technical difficulties that we're having, is David coming back?
Did I just get disconnected? Sorry, what did I miss?
You've been disconnected, which is
I think
fine.
We're at section 2.
We're automatically at section 2, so great transition. Loading and managing assets directly inside Revit. I don't know if your computer completely crashed or if the platform that we're trialing is just too much for bandwidth. But
hang on, let me share my screen again.
If the patients are still good, I think it's a good opportunity to go through and take a look at the difference between the overall level of detail on the multiple mesh to an individual asset that has been streamed from RealityTwin.
Right. So, okay, so we're still in Revit. Let's go into the asset manager over here. So this will open a list of assets that's been predefined inside of RealityTwin. So just like we were showing earlier in the platform, this list gets pushed from the web, and it's allowing you to select what asset you want to load in inside of your Revit project. So if I select this this skid, for instance, the reverse osmosis membrane skid, I can just click it, set it to high, and click load. So let's give it a few moments. Maybe I pushed my luck a little bit by setting it high, but
at this point, let's just go for the fence.
Oh, there it is. All right, so let me just hide the asset manager in the environment over here. Let's change back to a realistic mode so we can see all the detail and maybe hide the edges too. So this is the level of detail that you can expect from the asset as it's being streamed from, again, RealityTwin. So it's right where it's supposed to be. It's correctly aligned. It's oriented exactly just like in real world. So no nudging, no rotating, no guesswork, and this is because we're, as you mentioned earlier, we're using the shared coordinates of the model. So now they're coordinated with the reality capture or the scans, basically. So
from that, we can be confident that the placement is well coordinated with our scan and well coordinated with the existing model that's already been based off of that original scan, correct?
Correct. So this asset is exactly the one that we've defined in RealityTwin with the same registration behind it. So once it's defined, it behaves consistently everywhere. So the placement's predictable and accurate. It's grounded to the scan's real world coordinates. So just like for the environment, we can fine tune the level of details of the loaded assets. If we go back to the settings, you can set which number of target number of triangles for each level of details, and also select the default quality you want to have inside of your asset manager, basically.
Fantastic. Can you help us understand how these capabilities strengthen the collaboration for BIM teams? Specifically, how does streaming assets access support different project environments, such as a desktop or locally saved workflows, hybrid setups, blended with local and cloud resources, or a full cloud-based collaboration model?
Sure. Yeah. Well, you see, there's an import mode over here that's allowing you to choose between textured or baked. The textured one is the one that brings the full texture of the model that's from RealityTwin. The bake one is a mode that provides only the geometry to maintain a dependency-free Revit project. So that's the design choice that we made to pave the way for upcoming ACC compatibility once it's implemented.
I love it. Yeah, that's great. ACC compatibility is something that we hear quite a bit about, and we want to make sure that we can directly collaborate and be compatible with users' ACC integration. So that's a huge plus. And then the CAD plus real world reference working together is very forward for Prevu3D in our tool.
And this is exactly what I want to show next if we still have time.
I think we got some time for the integrated CAD with real world scan data.
All right. So let me just pull in a, this one's a pre-recorded workflow that I have to show you. So, all right, let's run this. So in this case, you have, let me just, yeah, okay. So now I have this, let me just pause it for a second. So you have this this CAD model loaded inside of Revit. This is a different environment. This one is a mechanical room. That's a basement mechanical room. It's nice and clean and structured, but if you if I take your attention to over in this spot, you will see that there is there's an equipment that's missing. So If we bring in the environment, you will see exactly what I mean. So the environment is coming on top of the the CAD data set. So you see there's an equipment there. It's an air compressor. So these mismatches happen all the time. They are due to design revisions, field adjustments, or the fact that there might be just no drawings available for that specific equipment. So now that you can see the equipment was scanned, it was captured perfectly in the environment. So instead of chasing a supplier for a 3D model, you can just bring this this item from RealityTwin and use it inside of your Revit model. So again, we'll open the asset manager, and we're going to load the air compressor. We select it and we load it.
I think while that loads, I think these are some of the same struggles that most people deal with. They either have as-built drawings, they have paper drawings, they have nothing. So a simple LiDAR scan of a facility really brings a great deal of value, either just for context or for the ability to back model or refabricate that existing aging equipment that currently exists in that field. So
yeah, absolutely. So another option that you have inside of RealityConnect 26.1 is the ability to bring the asset as a Revit family. So this is what I'm going to show next. If you actually go to the yeah, so there's there's a button at the bottom of the asset manager to export as a family, and you will see it come into the generic models. So once it's in there, you can reuse it elsewhere. You can also add different properties, just like you would do any other Revit family. So
yeah, and that metadata can then be transposed back into RealityPlan with the 25.11 connector. So we really have kind of a ecosystem that is semicircular right now. And as we build the strength with the version 2, get everything web generated, we will truly have a good path forward. For those of you that haven't seen the poll, there still is a poll available. I think at this point in time, we're rounding out on 30 minutes. I think we should probably take a look at any results that are there. We certainly want to. There we go. All right. So unanimously, David and I were taking bets on where we would fall out in these questions, and I think we're right on where we're going to go. So we'll both buy each other a drink tonight at our Christmas party. So today you saw a lot of pieces working together. Some well, some not so well with our bandwidth issue. But the big thing here is the real-time streaming of multi-layer mesh compositions into Revit. Then also the instant access to structured reality assets with proper orientation and metadata, hybrid modeling with CAD and conditions that stay perfectly aligned with back modeling workflows that give you the flexibility and the clean, trustworthy geometry needed to keep your projects aligned. And all of this comes back to that simple goal. Revit users need a clean, reliable path for captured reality to produce ready BIM models with speed, certainty, and coordination. So if there's any questions, I'd love to take one or two. I think we got one on SolidWorks, and that is planned. So the direction moving forward, if we look at our ecosystem, is everything streamed from the web. SolidWorks has been on our on our list for a long time, and it's had some struggles with some external support, but we're moving along, and it's on the roadmap for the spring of 2026. And the last question I think we should take today is, if we switch to Revit 2D view of the model, can we still overlay the model and point clouds, or does it work only in 3D? David, you want to take that answer?
Yeah, so you can overlay even in a 2D view. The nuance maybe is that we cannot stream the point cloud at this time with 26.1. It's only going to be a mesh. However, you can sync the point cloud with the 25.11 version of the Revit, the connector for Revit.
Yes, that is a good thing to kind of highlight. Our new technology that's coming in pieces as we fly fast and do a lot of iterations is our data bundle, and that's going to allow us to do the seamless integration between point cloud and mesh. And once everybody's fully upgraded and we get the plugin fully connected, we'll be able to stream the point cloud directly from the cloud. Thanks everybody for joining today. Thanks for dealing with some of the technical issues. Looking forward to talking to you guys again. See you soon.
Thanks, everyone.